I'm going to start this off and I'm going to pan my audience to make sure that I have an audience. Any audience members out there? Yeah. Say hi. Hi. So we're interrupting this birthday party to do this. So better be happy that this is happening. This is a tough thing. Anyway. Okay, I'm going to start. Hello. As we walk through our lives, there's many forks in the road. The forks in the road are basically milestones in our lives. And as we come upon them, we must make a decision. And the decision we make is going to change the rest of our lives. Now, and we can't go back from that either. Now, the one that I would like to tell you about is when I decided to keep the baby. There's a couple things that I need to tell you about, and one is that there's a lot of emotion involved in that, in the decision. There's a lot of preparation, and also the homecoming when the baby comes home. And my story actually starts back in December. I was working on a car, and I heard the people making a big commotion over something. I didn't know what it was, so I looked out, and there's my wife standing there holding a balloon bouquet, and I'm kind of dumbfounded, but then I look at the balloon bouquet and it says world's greatest dad. It was actually my wife's way of telling me that she was pregnant and we were going to have a baby. It was pretty cool. We were both pretty elated at the time, but then as she walked away, I went back to working on the car again. And when I was working on the car again, my mind was filled with all these questions. One of the questions was this: are you sure that you want to bring a baby into this relationship? You know, it's sketchy at best, and this might just blow it up and, you know, it might disintegrate. But, you know, the other question was actually a little harder to answer, and that is, are you sure you're ready for the responsibility of becoming a dad? You know, too many possibilities. I mean, lots of things happen with kids, and I might fail at that very miserably, and that was a really concern for me. But having answered that and getting past that, we decided to keep the baby. So next comes the preparation. Have any of you ever heard of a term called Lamaze training? Lamaze training is where they actually go and they teach you how to breathe. Well, you know, I'm 22 years old. I think I know how to breathe by now. But they say that the breathing is a little bit different. And the reason why they teach you how to breathe is because there's excruciating pain during childbirth. And by using their techniques in breathing this way, you're able to subside a little bit of the pain. I say a little bit because it's about what it is, from what I understand. And there's a lot to learn about having a baby. And along with that, you know, I was in my room and my wife called, "Honey, come here." And I said, "What? What's going on? What's wrong?" And she said, put your hand right here. And she put my hand on her stomach. And she said, "Did you feel that?" And I go, "Yeah, I did. What is it?" And she said, "That's the baby. It's kicking." And at that point, I realized that the baby is a baby. It's not a seed. It's not an embryo, but it's a real life, actually kicking to show that it's alive inside of her. That was amazing. Now let's go forward to August 10th, 1990. The doctor said, "You have a son." I'm a dad. It was amazing. Daniel was born. And the doctor also said, "Now tomorrow, you need to come back, pick up your wife, and pick up your son, and take them home with you." This is a good plan, so I did. I went and got my kids. My wife brought them home. But when I walked in the door, my wife goes, "I am so exhausted. You know, I've been up for the last 3 days, and I haven't had any sleep. Can you just please just watch Daniel for 8 hours for me?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can do that. I'm a dad. I can do that." So I was holding Daniel and rocking him a little bit, and he fell asleep, and I was so excited because I was really tired myself. So I laid him down in the bassinet, and the minute his head hit the pillow, it was like he jerked. He's like, "Ah!" He screamed and yelled. Oh my God, I think it went on for like 4 or 5 hours. I just remember trying to put everything in his bassinet, trying to get him to stop screaming. And then I thought in my head, this was defective, take him back. And my boss called me into the office a couple weeks later and said, "You know, your work's not good. you need to do something about that. And I said, it's because I'm not sleeping at night. He said, I don't care. Fix the problem. A month and a half later, Daniel finally started going to sleep at night and awake in the daytime, and finally a little bit of normalcy in my life. In conclusion, I'd like to say that having a baby is not for everybody. You have to examine everything and all the emotions, and then you have to, making that decision, you have to prepare. And then along with that, the sleepless nights, they don't last forever. It's only for a season. And, sleep's kind of overrated anyway. And then you get the joy of having a baby till they're about 16, 17 years old. But that's another story for another time. Thank you. That was it. Okay.